So I caved and got the limited edition Steam Deck. The reason being is because most of my devices are white anyways. This Miyoo Mini. This Ambernic RG35 XXSP. Clear, but also in the white colorway. A white Switch, a white PSP Go, the ROG Ally Z1 Extreme, also in white. And I got my desk setup in a white colorway. So it's safe to assume that I need my Steam Deck to be in the white colorway as well. I tried putting in a white colorway, but then I went a little bit overboard with it. This is the OLED model 512GB, so the screen is also glossy. I also swapped out the face buttons for something more customized. Also have a D brand robot camo and another D-pad also customized as well. I've only decided on getting this because there are a lot of gear and equipment and some other consoles that I have that do follow this white aesthetic look. Because of that, I wanted to keep true to that white aesthetic look. And when Valve announced this white Steam Deck OLED, I really had to pick it up. There's really no difference between this white Steam Deck and this one. And just so you guys know, this Steam Deck does come at a price of $679. So if you do have the Steam Deck OLED already, kind of upgrading to this isn't really worth it because you're putting down more money for it. But let's say if you have the Steam Deck LCD model and you wanted to upgrade to the OLED and you do like the white aesthetic, this is for sure the best option that you guys have. I really did wish they came up with this at the very beginning and then giving people the choice between kind of like a white model, a black model, or even an OLED glossy version or an OLED Etched-Screen version. I don't have the first limited edition version, so this case is new to me. You can open up the valve over here, open this here, and boom. This looks amazing. So go around this white Steam Deck limited edition version. The face buttons are this nice muted gray color. The white itself isn't completely white. It does look a little bit muted as well. It's a little bit off-white, and the buttons are these muted grays that look really fitting for the shell. And the cool thing about this whole colorway is that they keep that orange highlight power button, so it does pop really well in this design. And I also noticed that Valve decided not to go for a gray shell casing for the audio jack, but it still looks pretty good. And you can tell this white, it might not pick up a lot on camera, but you can see it is a little bit more muted. So when I put this ROG Ally X next to it, you can see that this white is a lot brighter. Even this JSOX mod case is also whiter than this one as well. The Steam Deck white is a muted white, making it a little bit gray, a little bit off-white, and honestly, I am digging the way this one looks. If you were to turn the Steam Deck to the side, especially at the bottom, you can see that it's two different tones from the front plastic and the back plastic, but you don't really notice it that much until you're looking at it from the side. Not a huge deal breaker to me because it still looks super clean. The back paddles are that same gray that looks super nice on the back with this slightly more muted back shell. And then the vents are also white and matched with the shell. And then on the interior side, it is black. It's great that Valve also color matched the screws as well to that white, matching the back shell. And they use a different type of screw head rather than the traditional Phillips head. So you'd always avoid threading. Here's the micro SD card slot. Everything is essentially the same. There's not much of a difference. The type here are also that same gray color, so everything just perfectly matches and falls together perfectly in this white colorway. It looks dope. It looks really dope. Now, the old Steam Deck that I have, this 512GB model, is a gloss screen, a gloss OLED screen, and this is an etched OLED screen. You can see the difference, especially when I'm trying to show my light right there. But you can see that the honeycomb mesh does look a little bit blurry. On this one, it looks super clear. Between the limited edition Etched-Screen and the 512GB mono gloss screen, I do prefer the glossier screen just because it takes full advantage of it being an OLED screen, and I don't really lose any colors whatsoever. But the Etched-Screen does look really good as well. It doesn't look like I'm losing a lot of colors to it. The colors don't look faded either. I do have Vibrant Deck through Decky plugins here. Let's have that turned off. Yeah, it's not much of a difference. So comparing the two, I still would prefer just the shinier, glossier screen. So this is probably going to be my main Steam Deck, and on occasions I would use this. This is probably going to be only at home use, and then this is going to be for travel use. A little bit more about the etched screen on top and the glossy screen at the bottom. You can see that the glossier screen does have a little bit more contrast where the blacks are a little bit more black. So here it is with some of the light reflection on those colors. You can see it looks a little bit washed out, but when you compare it on the glossier screen, the darks are still deeper than on the etched screen. So you do lose a little bit of vibrancy on that etched screen, but it's your pixel peeping at this point. In reality, there's really not much of a difference, but you can definitely tell when you have them sitting side by side. And again, I do prefer that glossy screen, but I don't think it's much of a deal breaker because I can live with this etched screen for sure. See, look at the colors for both of them. Ever so slightly less vibrant compared to this one. You can see around here, the colors do look a little tiny bit faded and muted because of that etched screen, especially where this yellow is compared to this one, ever so slightly. You can't even see it on camera, I bet. But in person, I can see that it's just a tiny bit different. It's not much of a difference. It's not a big deal breaker for most of us. But like I said, here, I love the shell. I love the color. I love this colorway a lot. It just looks super clean, and I like the way it feels. My only thing is that I really wish this came more with the glossy version of that OLED screen, like this one. Yeah, other than that, there's absolutely no difference whatsoever. Is this worth that upgrade, going from an OLED to an OLED limited edition? No, there's not really a reason for you to do that upgrade unless you're a collector like me and you really want this colorway. Then yes. I don't know, I don't think there's much of a difference between the two, but between the two screens, I do still prefer the glossier version. Because I just think that is a weird matchup with a glossy screen protector over this etched screen. I feel like there might be something that looks weird, but I do like how this one, even with the screen protector on it, I feel like it's protected and I still get that OLED experience with those more vibrant colors and essentially just taking full advantage of that OLED display. I am running the Decky plugin, which lets me customize the way the Steam Deck looks too. So I do have these rounded edges for each of the game tile, including a more customized home screen. Now when it comes to cases, I don't think I'm gonna run a case for this. I'll probably just use the slim hardcover case right here and have it sit in here, but other than that, I think I'm gonna raw dog this. The JSOX case that I have looks a lot better on this darker colorway of the Steam Deck, so that's why I'm just gonna keep it on this one for whenever I travel. But this would be my specialized home one. I'm going to use this for other video contents that I'm going to make, primarily for video content and gaming at home, essentially. This will probably keep it in more pristine condition a lot longer, and man, it just looks so clean. I really don't want to be bringing it out to use it that often. Maybe if JSOX comes out with a white version of their mod case for the Steam Deck, I might go for that. Or any other white cases like the Skull & Co grip cases. Anything that's white that can give it better protection, I'll probably get those at a later time just to keep this protected. But other than that, yeah, I'm definitely going to be using this a lot at home. I really just like how it looks primarily, and maybe if I want a glossy screen rather than an etched screen, I could just do the iFixit OLED screen replacement and replace it with this one. But as of right now, the 2 terabyte hard drive is going to stay in this Steam Deck as my primary use. There are some other cases that I can recommend besides the Skull & Co case and the JSOX case. If you're looking for like a slim case, you could just go for this slim case and just have it run like this. Because don't get me wrong, this case is still a viable case. My only concern is this wearing down, this Velcro strip wearing down, and also the one back here and here. Because even right now, I did open it a couple of times and take it apart from the hard shell case, and you can see that a lot of the Velcro is already kind of like spraying outwards, so it does wear pretty quickly. There is the Tom Tuck case in white. That's pretty cool. That many can go for that, or wait for some sort of white version of the grip cases right now to come out. I did see a lot of people do prefer the purple Skull & Co case going along with this white Steam Deck, which looks pretty cool, but it's not really what I like. Maybe the Etched-Screen is something that I might get used to and might like, but still, as of right now, I still like the glossier screen more. I heard that once you plug the battery in and you check out the LED lights, you could see it splash out a little bit. Let me turn off my light. So if you were to look at this a little bit closer, it doesn't show up on camera a lot, but in person you can see this whole section right here lit up. So it's kind of bleeding into the plastic. A lot of people have concerns when it comes to this white plastic on the Steam Deck. People are saying it might get discolored and it might wear out very quickly. I don't think that's the case, just because of the way this plastic feels. I think we'll be fine. Because of people thinking of that, I do feel a little bit of worry too, but I think at most that would happen is some gunk getting stuck on the side of the Steam Deck. So you just have to pick it out with like some sort of cleaning device, like maybe a plastic tip, just to kind of take out that gunk. And the way the plastic feels, it's rough. I don't think the oils would seep in and actually cause some sort of discoloration to it. With the Nintendo Switch Pro controller that I have right here, the plastic feels a lot smoother because this controller was colored by Joypop from Etsy, and it made the plastic really soft. And because of that, there was a lot of wear and tear and discoloration to it, where the oils of my hand kind of seeps in and then it starts staining the controller. I tried many different things to kind of wipe it off, but I couldn't get it off. And because of this softer material, I think this will be fine. I don't think this would get discolored. And I generally take care of most of my devices anyways, so as long as you're not doing anything crazy, you could keep your devices nice and clean and white. Some things you can always use if you do get some sort of stain on these, you could use some alcohol wipes. This Steam Deck is going to stay at home. It looks too nice to bring outside. I can't bring this outside and use them and risk getting it dirty or getting it scratched or getting it messed up. This is going to be primarily for home use, and it's gonna stay on a stand to be that collector's piece for sure, alongside with all my other white handhelds. So yeah, this clean Steam Deck is going to do just that. And I don't know, maybe in the future I might change my mind and use this as my primary Steam Deck and sell the other one. That's all there is to this limited edition Steam Deck. Comment down below what team you're on. Are you on Team Glossy or Team Matte? I am still leaning towards Team Glossy just because of those vibrant colors. I don't want to lose even a little bit of it, but because of this white shell, I am growing pretty fond about it. That Etched-Screen doesn't seem to be a big deal breaker to me the more I use this. So like I said, I'm not sure. Maybe in the future I might use this more. Alright, that's pretty much everything. Let me know down in the comments below if you guys are Team Glossy or Team Matte. And as always, a great way for you guys to help support this channel is to give this video a like. Share this video to a friend that is considering on getting this white Steam Deck OLED, or even to a friend that doesn't even have a Steam Deck. And subscribe. Thanks guys. Peace.